What transpired in federal court has absolutely rumbled the NASCAR industry, and 23XI Racing's latest bombshell disclosure is sending shockwaves throughout the motorsports community. Michael Jordan's racing team, together with its legal partners, just made a decision that might drastically alter the future of NASCAR forever. What they revealed in court on Tuesday is so explosive that NASCAR executives are scurrying and the racing industry is in total panic. In a dramatic courtroom development that no one expected, attorneys for 12 of NASCAR's 15 race teams unleashed a legal bombshell that has the potential to change the whole stock car racing landscape. These teams, led by 23XI Racing and Front Row Motorsports, have declared war on NASCAR's unprecedented demands for financial transparency, describing the sanctioning body's proposals as catastrophic, and warning that compliance might ruin the competitive balance that keeps NASCAR attractive. It would be absolutely devastating to these race teams if their competitors were able to find out sponsorships on the cars, driver salaries, and all revenue streams, attorney Adam Ross declared in court. It cannot make its way into the public realm. This heartfelt plea demonstrates how seriously the teams take NASCAR's expectations. What makes this court battle even more alarming is the breadth of NASCAR's demands. The sanctioning body is collecting 11 years of detailed financial records and correspondence from the teams, an incredible amount of sensitive material that may reveal everything from driver wages to sponsorship agreements to proprietary technological investments. NASCAR's absurd demands include highly specific requirements that have astounded industry experts. They want to know how much Hendrick Motorsports spent on their Garage 56 project, which involved creating a car for the 24 Hours of Le Mans, as well as how much Kyle Larson spent running both the Indianapolis 500 and the Coca-Cola 600 over the last 2 seasons. These intrusive demands considerably beyond what teams anticipated when they agreed into charter agreements. NASCAR has gone a step too far, Ross said in court, reflecting the team's exasperation and outrage. This statement poses a fundamental challenge to NASCAR's authority and could usher in a new age in which teams refuse to bow to unreasonable demands. Meanwhile, exciting events continue to unravel around the NASCAR world. Last Sunday at Pocono Raceway, J.P. Keeley, Shane Van Gisbergen's rear tire changer, was struck by a flying tire during a pit stop. A video from inside A.J. Allmendinger's car shows him sliding deep into his pit box, accidentally hitting one of his own tire changers and sending the tire flying towards Van Gisbergen's crew. Keeley was knocked to the ground, but was able to complete his duties before being hospitalized with shattered ribs and a partially collapsed lung. TNT Sports will make their much-anticipated return to NASCAR broadcasting this weekend after an 11-year absence, adding to the big changes in the sport. TNT will cover 5 NASCAR Cup Series races each summer, beginning with the Quaker State 400 at Echo Park Speedway. Adam Alexander is the principal commentator on the broadcast, with Steve Letarte and Dale Earnhardt Jr. serving as analysts. TNT's return also brings the first $1 million in-season challenge, a mid-season bracket tournament featuring the top 32 drivers vying for the grand prize. The hearing exposed the immense tension and enmity that has developed between NASCAR and the teams. U.S. District Judge Kenneth Bell was agitated by the extent both sides are going to in this nasty legal dispute, making a statement that aptly illustrates the destructive nature of the conflict. "I am amazed at the effort going into burning this house down over everybody's heads," Judge Bell stated at the close of the nearly 2-hour session. "But I'm the fire marshal, and I will be here in December if need be." This stunning statement demonstrates that even the federal court understands the potentially disastrous ramifications of this legal battle. The financial records disagreement is only one aspect of a much larger antitrust action that could dramatically reshape NASCAR. The only 2 organizations out of 15 that refused to sign NASCAR's take-it-or-leave-it offers on new charter agreements were 23XI Racing, owned by retired NBA Hall of Famer Michael Jordan, and 3-time Daytona 500 winner Denny Hamlin, and Front Row Motorsports, owned by entrepreneur Bob Jenkins. Charters are NASCAR's version of a franchise model, with each charter ensuring admission into lucrative Cup Series races and a consistent cash stream. Only Cowlick Racing has produced the financial documents requested by NASCAR as part of the lawsuit discovery process. Attorneys for the teams have expressed major worries regarding information security and the possibility of a competitive disadvantage. They contend that financial records are confidential, and there is no guarantee that the information will not be leaked or exploited. In a prior hearing, information obtained through discovery was exposed in open court, demonstrating that confidentiality cannot be guaranteed. NASCAR said in court that it requires the financial information to determine profit margins and whether teams are truly unable to make ends meet under the current charter agreement. NASCAR has vowed to redact material to conceal team identities, but team solicitors have expressed significant skepticism, arguing that it would be simple to connect the dots and determine which contracts belong to certain teams. Judge Bell questioned NASCAR's demands, questioning why the sanctioning body was not pleased with just top-line figures. "Why is it not enough to know it costs X to run a car?" Bell inquired, stressing NASCAR's seemingly unreasonable financial demands. Attorneys for the 12 teams also disclosed that their clients are exceedingly unhappy being drawn into this contentious legal battle. This is the complete opposite of what they desire. All the teams are torn to pieces because NASCAR wants them to disclose this information, and they don't want to upset NASCAR, Ross remarked, demonstrating the untenable situation in which teams find themselves. This courtroom drama occurred only one day after Judge Bell denied the team's motion to dismiss NASCAR's countersuit, which accuses Jordan's business manager, Curtis Polk, of employing cartel-type tactics during the most recent round of charter negotiations. This new legal complication demonstrates how multifaceted and intricate this dispute has become. The broader background of this court battle indicates fundamental differences over NASCAR's financial structure. Teams have long claimed that NASCAR is not financially sustainable for competitors, and that they require numerous concessions, including a larger revenue share, and longer, more stable charter agreements. Current charters have expiration dates and may be canceled by NASCAR, causing uncertainty and financial instability for teams. The December trial promises to be a watershed moment for NASCAR, potentially permanently altering the relationship between the governing organization and its teams. The outcome of this court battle will decide whether teams are successful in challenging NASCAR's authority and demanding greater financial transparency and fairness. This explosive legal development is about far more than a business battle. It is a fundamental challenge to NASCAR's old power structure and may usher in a new era of team empowerment and transparency in stock car racing. What are your thoughts on 2311 Racing and Michael Jordan's legal struggle over NASCAR's financial demands? Are the teams correct to push back against these catastrophic requirements, or should they simply comply? Will this legal drama alter NASCAR forever? And how psyched are you for TNT's return to NASCAR broadcasting this weekend? As NASCAR approaches a court confrontation that might reshape its fundamental basis, one thing is clear. The conflict between 2311 Racing and the governing organization is about more than just money and records. It's all about power, transparency, and the future of competitive integrity in stock car racing. What began as a disagreement over financial disclosures has evolved into a battle for control, pitting renowned sportsmen, senior club owners, and legal heavyweights against a system that has long operated behind closed doors. Michael Jordan, Denny Hamlin, and the other teams standing firm believe that this fight is as much about principle as it is about profit. They're not just preserving their data, they're also contesting a governance paradigm that many believe no longer benefits the clubs or the fans. And as the court date approaches, fans, sponsors, and media alike are waiting with bated breath. This could be the catalyst for widespread transformation. Alternatively, it might exacerbate the divide between NASCAR and its competitors. Regardless, the December trial is shaping up to be the most crucial event in contemporary NASCAR history, not on the track, but in the courtroom. Whether you support the teams or believe NASCAR is justified in protecting its model, one thing is certain. The outcome of this lawsuit will have far-reaching consequences. It's not just about who wins. It's also about what racing will look like in the future. Stay tuned, for the real race has only just started. Share your opinions in the comments. Hit as if you were following the story. Subscribe to get the latest on NASCAR's largest legal battle yet.